When I first saw this article last night, when I was at my place of business, um, I first saw it. It was on Nicole's View channel, and I seen it. It came through my notifications, and I'm like, what? And then I said, like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna check it out later when I get off. So when I got home, um, I saw it again, and this time it was on Jason Black's Facebook page, official Jason Black group and stuff. But I went back to Nicole's on, and I clicked the link to it, and lo and behold, yeah, I seen this. It was from Madame Noir of all places. Now, for the record, let me explain something. I should have told my subs and my people this earlier. That Madame Noir is no different than it from the griot, the root, and blavity. All these may sound black, and I do use that term loosely, but they're actually white on with a black face. Al Jolson comes to mind. So I wake up this morning and I said, like, and I read this, and I did the due diligence of reading the whole thing. And let me tell you something. This just almost made me throw my brand new phone in there. I got the Galaxy Note 8. And I said, like, I almost threw this sucker at the wall when I read this shit. Because after reading that bullshit hit piece, well, I ain't gonna give it that credit. That attempted hit piece that faggot Damon Young wrote for Young Smart Brothers, the one where he titled black men are straight black men are the new white men in society, and that reprobate piece of crap that I still believe is a transgender. I don't care. Jamil Hill co-signed it. And no doubt, probably the other two hog malls as well, Amber Phillips and Jamila Lemieux and Yesha Callahan and all them. Let's call them all out. Anyhow, the point of the matter is, so what I'm gonna do, and subs, please bear with me on this one, because see, I'm gonna do the due diligence again, and read it to you. And this is who was written by Veronica Wells. Let me see if I can click on that name and see who she is. No, nothing on her, but it seems like that she wrote a lot of articles. But let's get back to this one. I'm gonna jump on her ass later, But this is some bullshit piece. And then they try to use, guess what they try to use, family? They try to use a sister, you got a natural hair and everything like that to further just piece. Let me just read, I'm gonna read the whole thing to you, and then y'all decide to me like that. I started taking a new route to work that puts me closer to my actual office building. It helps me avoid a 10-minute walk. While the commute is shorter, when I step off the train, there's so much more to see than what I notice on the longer trek. Outside of this train stop, there's a farmer's market every morning. There are vendors selling dresses and other, mostly women's goods. For years, I've been trying to get my hands on one of those Jamaican mess dresses. The ones that often feature the colors red, black, and green, and yellow. Something like what Rihanna wore in her work video. See, they already want to to try to emulate. She already told me I want to emulate Rihanna. Okay, that's a whole, but I digress. When my boyfriend traveled to Jamaica early this year, I tasked him with procuring one of those dresses. But to make a very long story short, it was stolen. Anyway, so when I saw the dress hanging there outside, I kind of started meandering, wondering if I should keep on my course toward the office or stop and inquire about the dress I've been trying to cop forever. In my stagnant indecision, a man, black. Now why she just couldn't just say, oh man, look here. I could see where this is going. A man, black. Oh God, Jesus. I say it like that. Why she just couldn't say a black man or a brother? Steps and bends into my line of vision, making sure I heard him over the music coming from my headphones. You know, are you looking for the Statue of Liberty? He asked. I frowned a bit until I noticed he was wearing a shirt with the image of Lady Liberty embroidered on it. He worked for some tourist company. And she replied, oh no, I'm not. Okay, since I had been further delayed, I decided to ask the man with the dress a few questions. I was touching the dress on the hanger, asking how much it cost, and that he had one with the red color in it. When the Statue of Liberty man says, you don't want that cheap shit. I looked over at him, waiting for him to tell me something I didn't know or explain further why this would be a good use of my money. But he didn't have anything else to offer. He repeated himself, you don't want that cheap shit. Unless you into cheap shit. Then, looking me up and down, he said, oh yeah, you look like the type who likes cheap shit. Okay, that right there, you know, dude with the Statue of Liberty dude, being a tourist advertiser, that's a dusty dude. That's just a dusty dude. Let's just call it what it is. I'm the type, I call it a spade a spade. That's just a dusty dude. Okay, let me continue. At that point, I'm just confused. The Statue of Liberty brother was going out his way. Excuse me one second. Shit, I hate when this happens. Give me a minute, people. Let's see, what the hell went wrong now? Okay, it's still recording. Anyway, at this point, I'm just confused. The Statue of Liberty brother was going out his way to clown both this black man and his product, as well as me and my taste. It was childish and uncalled for. And so I did what I often do when I deal with children who are behaving poorly. You know, I asked him, why are you doing this? He started for a second, stuttering before saying, I mean, just because you have dreads doesn't mean that. That was the last I heard. This fool wasn't saying anything. So I turned back to the dress man and asked if he took cards. He did not. I thought there was a Chase Bank nearby, so I made my move in that direction. The Statue of Liberty man chimed in once again. See, she's not even going to buy it. I rolled my eyes. I went into Dwayne Reed, which typically has Chase ATMs with the intention to withdraw some money just to prove the Statue of Liberty man wrong. But it was a Citibank. I didn't want to pay the extra fee, and I took it as a sign that now, like the years prior, just wasn't the right time for me to have the dress. Okay, something wrong with that picture right there. You were going to go ahead and go to the ATM to get some money so you could prove this dusty dude wrong. Number one, why are you even wasting your time? You know, and if she really wanted that dress, it wouldn't have mattered what ATM, bank ATM it was, Chase, Citibank, or whatever. You would have still gone ahead and get your $35 or 40 bucks out the ATM, just pay the little $2 fee or $3 fee, whatever these ATMs offer if you ain't banking with that bank, and just go ahead and do what you got to do. You know, so she already got it. She had issues, her issues had issues. Let me go. Instead, I went into work. But as I walked the rest of the way, I shook my head at the Statue of Liberty man. I thought for a second that maybe I should have said more. But not only was it clear, he was seeking attention, looking for ways to pass the hour, which he would undoubtedly be standing in the heat. I didn't know how far he was willing to take our exchange. Someone who would go out their way to be offensive might not hesitate to hit a woman either. Wait a minute, who said anything about hitting a woman? That man, they had no attention on it. He was just talking shit. See, you already see where she going, you know. And being that the dress man didn't have any retorts or responses for the Statue of Liberty man's comments, I probably couldn't count on him to step in if things didn't indeed escalate. So she's already perpetuating the stereotype. She's already perpetuating the stereotype when it comes down to it, considering the fact that she think that, quote unquote, their brothers happen to be weak. How do you know if the man would have stepped in and intervened if it did escalate? You know what I'm saying? She's already on insinuations and assumptions. Let me continue. By the time I got upstairs to my office, I told my friend and co-worker Victoria about the incident. Now, Victoria is the bout it friend, aka code word for, you know, hood rat, ratchet, whatever. Anyway, maybe not. She got that hood rat mentality. Anyway, not that she ever goes looking for a fight, but should one present itself, whether it directly involves her or not, she's not afraid to confront the situation. I mean, I literally watched her jump into a fight involving teenagers onto a New York City subway from Brooklyn to Harlem at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Bout it. Meanwhile, I was half asleep, curled up in the corner. I opened my eyes against the unnatural subway lighting and said, "Girl, sit down." And she's got, anyway, let me go. Anyway, when I told her what happened, she climbed a few levels of crunk. And she talked about what she would have done and said to him, how she would have reminded him that even if my dress was cheap, and at $10 from H&M it was, ain't nothing wrong with shopping at H&M. Hell, I buy my scarves from them. I was still able to afford the $35 one, while his career soliciting tourists outside likely wasn't as lucrative. Shoot, like I said, if she really wanted to dress, she just should have bought it just for herself. You don't go get stuff or do something like that to prove a point. That's just ego right there, edging God out. I tell you, we talked about how we don't want to have to go there, but black men and their beliefs that they can say whatever they want to you on the streets is nothing new. Men literally break their necks to oogle your body as you pass by. They comment on what you should and shouldn't be wearing. They touch your hair and then they get loud and angry when you tell them to stop. They demand hugs, following you into the apartment building and trapping you in an elevator to take them. Let's get one thing straight, girl. I don't know, most brothers I know don't get down like that. The ones you probably know are them dusty dudes like that Statue of Liberty Negro. You know. And talking about laying literally breaking their necks to oogle your body as you pass by. Look here, woman. Let's get one thing straight. You should be glad that men are paying attention to your ass. I'm just going to keep it 100. You should be glad men are paying attention to your ass. Shit. So you trying to compare that to that bullshit racist catcalling? You remember that junk with that thing that walked through mostly predominantly black area, particularly Harlem. You know, wearing some tight spandex leggings and all this other shit like that, which was a setup anyway to try to get brothers' attention. And then on top of that, touch your hair, number one, and all this stuff, comment on what you should and shouldn't be wearing and all this stuff. I'm the type like this. You got a right to wear what the fuck you want to wear. You know what I'm saying? As long as you carry yourself like a lady supposed to carry. You know, now if you wearing some shit and you around here acting like a hoe, then guess what the perception is going to be? Because perception is reality at most times. See, this whole paragraph, her argument can easily be debunked. Because she trying to perpetuate the stereotype sponsored by white daddy, thinking that all black men are mostly just sex grave, horny little monsters or something like, you know. And let me continue. A black man threw an empty bottle at Victoria. Brandy has had men offer extremely hurtful opinions about her body, and our experiences are not unique. Well, Victoria, let me go back to Victoria for 1 second. Threw an empty bottle at Victoria. I keep seeing Victoria's name keep coming up in this. And I just realized something. Oh, okay, I was finna say something. I was finna go in. You know, I was finna go in. I thought she might be talking about herself. You know, she might be talking about herself. You know what I'm saying? Victoria, Veronica, the person who Veronica Wells, she's talking about herself. Anyway, and then just throwing and mentioning herself as a third person. In fact, in the cases of women who lost their very lives or their children or both the random black men on the streets or in ones in their home, we gotten off lucky. Oh, so she calling black men, she referring the all black men as being nothing but quote unquote domestic terrorists. And I mean domestic, not just here in the country, but domestic and meaning in the black home. Get the fuck out of here. Now here we go. A couple of weeks ago, Damon Young, or Very Smart Brothers, the queer I was talking about, the coon queer, and by the way, he is married to what and who I don't know, wrote a piece titled, "Straight Black Men Are the White People of Black People." I saw the title and rejoiced because for years, decades even, black women have been trying to tell the entire black community that one of our biggest threats in the world is the very black man we birthed. What? Oh, so let me get this straight. So when my mother birthed me, as well as my other 4 brothers, we were just born terrorists. We born going around here terrorizing black women. And in the same way that white men use their power and their gender to oppress virtually everyone else, it's the same way black men oppress the only group they can, black women. Okay, first of all, number one, you comparing us to crackers who oppress their own women and all that stuff. See, this is some freaking feminist bullshit. Because see, look, you gotta understand something. Black men never oppress black women. This is why, man, look here. If I find a clip, you know, this is what Sister Shahrazad Ali was trying to tell a lot of you sisters about, warning y'all about these type of women, black women like this. That especially once they wrote this bullshit piece. Because she already stated this paragraph beginning, I saw the title and I rejoiced. Bitch trying to sound like she fucking white. Ooh, God, this kid got me mad right now. You know, so that means a lot of the boys, black boys that I helped raise up, stepsons, nephews, younger cousins, whatever like that, saying, I raised them to go here and harass women, black women. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bitch. It's disappointing, particularly when black women have been black men's biggest and often only supporters. And as much as fellow black women argue that we should leave black men alone to take care of themselves for a change, that would never happen. See, that's that shit where you talking about I'm independent. You go from a dependent state to independent state. You know, this is where the Section 8 shit comes out at. You know, where the government is their man. They take care of them. Give them a house. They pay their bill, food stamps and all that stuff. They get all that shit. But as long as they ain't got a black, got the male in the house, the man can't be in the house. And that's bullshit. You say, not only we are too loyal, we will never turn our backs on our own. Not our own children, our own fathers, brothers, and uncles, and not our community. Well, you're doing that right now with this hit piece. And for better or for worse, black men know that shit deep down in their souls. It's the reason black men from T.I. to Kevin Hart to Chris Rock to Jay-Z and more than a handful of others can do everything from cheat on to publicly disrespect and degrade their wives. Yeah, so now you comparing us to black celebrities, you know, who happen to be in a higher tax bracket, way higher. They know she'll never leave. It's the reason black men never have to attend a march or rally for H3if Boy or Sandra Bland. Bullshit. We were the ones on the front lines for H3if Boy and Sandra Bland. Hell, Sandra Bland's on still bother me to this day. And still bother me to this day. And I still say her name to this day. Same as with H3if Boy. Come on. They know that even when they don't show up for us, we'll be there for them. Don't show up for y'all? Why don't you go ask your friend girl, Jamil Hill, how black men showed up in droves to defend her from the orangutan known as King Louis 45. And then she turned around and spit right back in our face by co-signing that bullshit piece by Damon fuck-ass Young. It's the reason my neighbors were bumping R. Kelly's greatest hits just yesterday, knowing damn well he has a long and storied history of preying on young girls and a current harem of young black women involved in the sexual cult. Also, now you're comparing every black man to R. Kelly. I'm not the biggest fan of R. Kelly. I think R. Kelly's a piece of shit. But then here's the one that gets me. In the words of Michael Jackson, they don't really care about us. Stop. Flag on the motherfucking plate. How dare you use one of the legendary greatest entertainer of all times, the GOAT in that category, the late great Michael Joseph Jackson. I personally take offense to this because he's got my last name, Jackson-Bey. Because in the video, let me tell this dumb broad something. When you watch the video, they don't care about us. There were black men in there too. Because Michael Jackson was simply talking about they don't care about us. He was talking about the oppression of black men and what this system of white supremacy continually does to us on a daily basis. And your dumb ass too. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Get it together. Come back into focus. Woosah, woosah, woosah. Let me continue. When I was talking to my co-workers yesterday and I was thinking about this piece, I thought to title it The Way Black Men Terrorize the Ways Black Men Terrorize Black Women. Then I thought the word terror might be too extreme. Then again, I wanted to use it because it apparently harass, disrespect, dismiss, ignore, diminish, and degrade don't seem to be getting the brothers' attention. In fact, when the conversation of street harassment started being discussed among black men, many of them dismissed our very real concerns as women trying to emasculate them, take away the thrill of hunt, push the gay agenda. Maybe the word and terrorists will solicit a reaction that make brothers pay attention to what the women around them have been saving. Honestly, considering that the definition of verb terrorize are 1, to feel or overcome with terror, 2, to dominate or coerce by intimidation, 3, to produce widespread fear by acts of violence. I don't see how that's far off. That is far off. I mean, terrorism basically would mean I would have to kill you or kill a whole number of y'all. Something like the Ku Klux Klan would do. We're not going after y'all, we're not lynching y'all, we're not burning no fucking crosses in y'all yards or none of that shit like that. So She's trying to perpetuate, she's trying to put a spin on the definition of the word terror. But I'm going to go to a dictionary in a second. I'm going to show y'all. While I haven't been the victim of violence at the hands of a black man, I know more than enough women, including those of my family, who have. And I certainly have experience with the first two. What experience? Just one dude that was just a dusty dude running off at the mouth. Please. So when I was talking to Victoria, I mentioned the fact that I don't like to use a phrase that has become so popular. Men are trash. I don't want to proclaim that because I don't need any more trash men to manifest in my life. Still, there's something to the statement. And Victoria said, but there is a certain caliber of ain't shit men that are trash. Then she hit the nail on the head. And ain't shit black men are dangerous. And ain't shit. Jesus, they really don't got their they don't have they need to get their grammar game up because they can't even put a damn sentence together. And that's just the truth, no exaggeration, no hyperbole, fully dangerous. I happen to be one of those black women who will never be done with black men. I'm just impatiently waiting for the day when they start doing and being as good to us as we are to them. Okay, I just read to you the whole article, up and down, left to right, even went in between and and debunked some of this shit. This is just straight horse shit. And for the record, let me just, before I go all the way in, let me just make a record clear. I am not one of these brothers that don't refuse to get myself involved in these freaking gender wars. It's counterproductive to us as a people who pushes the agenda of defeating Caucasian terrorism, aka white supremacy. Because I said many times, because white is not nothing supreme about them. And second of all, I'm about black empowerment, black economics, and about us coming together. And see, that's what you got going on. And I said in my last video, referring to Donald Trump, when I said Donald Trump is the best president for black people, I meant that wholeheartedly. Because the reason why, because what Trump is doing, that he's making his own lane and he exposing a lot of these racist ass crackers and these coon sympathizers like this ass hat that wrote this shit, and it's bringing and it's galvanizing and reaffirming, bringing black people more unified than ever. Because motherfucker, we coming together like motherfucking Voltron. All we just need is the yellow line on the left leg to stomp out evil. That's it. Yeah. This is some real bullshit right there. Because see, I'm gonna tell you, I keep looking at the word Victoria, and I'm telling you, the person that wrote this, Veronica Wells, she was basically talking about herself. And she mentioned the other lady at the beginning as the third person. She ain't fooling nobody. I could see through this bullshit. I could see through this motherfucking, this bullshit right here. So she basically saying that your father, the one who gave you life, ain't shit. That he's a terrorist. If it weren't for your father, you wouldn't even be able to exist. Stupid. This is just like I say, and I'm gonna reaffirm what Sister Nicole was saying, Nicole's view was saying, and as well as Torian Rain was saying too. This is nothing more than some black feminist shit. Now, don't be surprised that, as I said in one of the comments, that these idiots are probably trolling us. They watch our videos. I'm not, and this is to Jamil Hill, to Amber Phillips, to Jamila Lemieux, Yesha Callahan, and all you other self-hating, selfish. I know I'm not so naive that you watch our videos, that you watch my videos, that you watch my colleagues' videos. Because we already know the roly-poly, you know, no doubt when he probably hears about this, watch him go ahead and put on his Captain Save-A-Hole cape like he did the last time. This is just some absolute asinine bullshit right here. You know, this is some straight asinine bullshit. Because this Veronica Wells, look, this is her Twitter handle right here. It's time to light her ass up. And she's on Facebook too? Yeah, it's time to light her ass up. And I will be doing that. Just like that we did that coon ass dude, Damon Young. I'm trying to, you know what? Hold on one second. Let me see something if I could get a picture of this motherfucker. Oh, this is an Instagram page. Ah, she got an Instagram page, y'all. Let me see if I can blow it up. So, she looks like she's about in her 20s. Or 30s or something. V-Dub Shrug. Let's see, Veronica Wells, author of Better Days, creator of at No Sugar, No Cream magazine, culture editor at Madame Noir. Sure, yeah. And look at her Instagram page, y'all. Let me see something. Now, she is hugged up on a black man. So, if he reads that piece, what she wrote, that's gonna. I'm pretty sure the brother here gonna be awkward unless he accept. I'm just saying. Let's see what else we can get up here. Let's see what else we can get up in here. Yeah, it's just like what Nicole's saying. I mean, Nicole, if you watching this, if you watching this video, you hit the net, you hit the money right on the head. Look at the T-shirt that say, "Enjoy your VJJ," and she got books. This is some straight feminist shit, definitely. You know. And here she is again, doing that book phone challenge. Now, let's see what type of book she getting. She got her own Better Days by Veronica R. Wells, Around the Way Girl by Taraji P. Henson, Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. Oh, look at this. She got Charlamagne's book, Black Privilege. I read that piece and I wasn't feeling it. So, this heifer was really reaching, man. See, this is what she's promoting. You know, enjoy your vagina. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let me see. And look at this. You got hashtag enjoy your vagina, pussy is power, and all that. You know, see, this is that problem what I'm talking about with this, you know, the black feminists and stuff. See, white women started that feminist movement, which started by white women. Black man, black woman, black child, Aset, and Haru. You didn't have that problem back in the 50s. We was always supporting each other. But then on some, you know, these women want to get out there and take on their ideology and let these white women go ahead and put that bull crap in their head, and then they want to feel liberated, want to have it thinking like black men oppress them and hold them down. We never oppressed you. So, like I say, she can miss me with that shit. And here's another one again. Now, that's her father there now. I'm like, and she wrote that bullshit piece calling all black men terrorists. If I was her father, I'd be looking at that. I'll sit down and question her shit. Because you saying all black men are terrorists, so therefore you talking about him too. Listen. Yeah, and she pushing that damn bullshit like, all, you know, enjoy your, man. Ain't no real self-respecting sister ain't gonna wear no damn shit like that. See, she pushing that black feminist shit, man. You know. Look at this. Look at this shit. I'm assuming that's her boyfriend. So I was right. So she was talking about herself in this damn piece. So, you know, and like I say, he probably ain't read the shit either. But that's her Instagram page, fam. That's her Instagram page right there. But, you know, this ain't nothing but a hit piece, another hit piece, another assassin bullet trying to attempt assassination and stuff like that. Brothers, don't fall for this shit. And the sisters especially, do not buy into this bull crap. Because this is just straight horse shit. But what I'm gonna do, if y'all want to go ahead and read it over, let me just, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave a link in the description. And y'all let me know what y'all think about it. And y'all damn sure fire away, people. Damn sure fire away. Share, subscribe. Make sure you click the notification bell. So therefore, when I upload new videos, you get it. I mean, this shit should totally disgust me. And once again, like I say, shout out to Nicole's View for this. Thank you so much, sister. I really appreciate you. Shout out to Tori and Rain for reaffirming this. I think I went a little bit more further, but I wanted to do the due diligence of doing that anyway for everybody to bring y'all aware to this. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all just hit the share, subscribe button, click the notification bell. I'm done with this. No more